The Lowndes County Board of Supervisors is sending notice of intent to end the Joint Narcotics Task Force to the Columbus City Council. Last week, Columbus Police Chief Joseph Daughtry announced he would be temporarily pulling his officers from the task force, effective immediately, leaving the unit's fate in limbo. While each party is able to end the agreement, there are certain rules they must follow to get out of the contract. Our Keely Shields has been following this story, and she joins us in the studio. Keely.
The Joint Narcotics Task Force is made up of 9 members, and 4 of those are city officers. It came as a shock to some county leaders when Police Chief Joseph Daughtry advanced he would temporarily be disbanding the force. Today, the Lowndes County Board of Supervisors came to an agreement on their plans moving forward.
We decided to send a proper notice to the city that we plan within 90 days to get out of the drug task force.
The interlocal agreement specifically states certain regulations to follow if one party decides to leave the force. Lowndes County Board of Supervisor President Tripp Harston says this was to ensure that situations like this wouldn't leave a department without manpower.
And the reason is because of where we are, personnel cannot be moved in and out, even on a temporary basis. If it was a short-term temporary basis, may be a different thing, but if you're moving in personnel in and out, whether the sheriff's office is doing it or the city chief is doing that, then we need to know.
While the police chief was open to rejoining the task force after dealing with overtime and manpower issues, there was the possibility that different agents would be assigned to the force. Sheriff Eddie Hawkins says this would have been challenging for both departments.
If it's not the same agents, then we're looking at having to train those guys, bring them up to speed. They have to develop informants, learn how to work the equipment to do surveillance, learn how to paperwork. It's not as easy as it sounds by waving a wand and making somebody a narcotic agent.
Questions also came up about the county's recent purchase of a drug testing device for the Columbus Crime Lab, and if the disbanding of the task would affect that.
The county owns the machine. The county purchased the machine and is giving the use of that machine to this crime lab that is a separate entity. So when that crime lab uses the machine, they've agreed not to charge us for those for the use. And that would mean the city as well.
District 5 Supervisor Leroy Brooks addressed the tension between some city leaders.
That's our job, to work for the citizens of this community and not for our personal egos. It's important. We are elected not to perpetuate our agenda, but to work for the citizens of Columbus and Lowndes County. And I'm always going to take the high road when it's possible.
Now that the agreement is in the process of ending, the sheriff is looking for ways to continue his department's drug enforcement mission.
If this interlocal agreement is going away and we're losing those agents, then I'm going to ask the Board of Supervisors to replace those agents, to amend my budget to where I can hire 4 agents to come in and staff the unit to where we have a full staff, and we're going to continue to fight the fight.
In the 90 days, the Board of Supervisors can rescind its vote to end the interlocal agreement, and the task force could continue.